What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. Today, I want to talk to you about why my marriage doesn't suck. There's several things I'm going to share with you that if you add to your marriage, you too could have a flourishing marriage. All right, tomorrow I will celebrate 18 years of marriage to my wonderful bride. I love her so much. I'm very grateful and blessed to have her as my wife. But I want to share with you what has worked for us in hopes that it will enhance your marriages as well. Do you want to know? Stay tuned for 3 things that you need to make sure are in place in your marriage. Living the life. All right, so let's jump right into it. So here's the thing. I want you to gravitate to these verses. This is Proverbs 31, 10, and 11, and I'm sure you've heard this. It's the New Living Translation. It says, "Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life." Now, in 18 years, I can tell you this verse has rung true in my life. She's a virtuous woman. She's capable. She's precious. We have to see our wives as precious, okay? We have to see them that way in order to appreciate what we have. Her husband can trust her. That's important, all right? And she will greatly enrich his life. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that my wife has truly enriched my life. Now, my pastor taught us something years ago concerning relationships. He said relationships are like bank accounts. There's 2 things you can do. You can draw. Now, here's the thing about your bank account. If one person is always withdrawing, and never depositing, that account is going to go bankrupt. That marriage will also go bankrupt. You have to make sure you both are pouring into the marriage or making deposits, because if you both are making deposits, you will soon find that you will have a rich marriage, one that is full of abundant blessings, joy, happiness, peace, all the good things that you look at when you see marriages that work and you say, man, those are my relationship goals. All right. So let's dive right into it. Let's see here. What is the first thing you need to make sure you have in place? You need to enjoy each other's company. Enjoy each other's company. Now, again, tomorrow I will be married 18 years. My wife and I love to just be in each other's presence. We don't even have to be doing anything. We could just lay in the bed for 7 hours straight and watch movies together. She could sit on the couch and read a book while I watch the football game. As long as we're close to each other, we are happy. You have to enjoy each other's presence. I remember once I heard a lady say she could not wait until her husband went back out on the road. He was a truck driver. She couldn't wait for him to go back out of the road. And I thought to myself, wow, I don't ever want to feel that way in my marriage. I want to cherish the moments that we are together. So you've got to learn to enjoy each other's presence. Now, check this out. This right here is Proverbs 5, 18 and 19. It says, "May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe and a graceful deer, may her breasts satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love." I love it. I love the way Solomon writes this. Now, Solomon had many wives and many concubines. So if there's anybody who probably knew about marriage, I think this guy has some good experience. Now, he's saying to us that we need to learn to love and rejoice in the wife of our youth. Love that woman that you've got. Okay. Now, ladies and guys, this is for all of us. We have to make sure that we are still appealing to our mate. We can't let ourselves go just because, hey, we've been married 5 years now. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna let this hang out. Or I dress up nice for work, but he never sees that. I put on cologne for work, but I never do that for her. I'm just whatever. I got the underwear with the holes in it for her. But when I go to work, I put on my nicest everything. We have to give each other something to continue to look forward to. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. And then I love that it says intoxicated. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Intoxicated, right? Just drunk in love with your wife. That's what you want to do. You want to enjoy her. You want to enjoy your mate. You want to enjoy your husband. One of the things that I say, people say, man, that chocolate cake is addicting. I said, there's only two things I want to be addicted to. I want to be addicted to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and my wife. That's the only two things I want to be addicted to. I want to rejoice in the wife of my youth. I want to love on her. I want to embrace her. I want to enjoy her. I do crazy stuff like send my wife a text message. Here, I'm showing you one on the screen. I sent her this text message one day. My son was in my class. And so I emailed or texted my wife. I said, Miss Cody, let me introduce myself. I am your son's PE teacher at Head Magnet Middle School. I'm happy to have your son in my class this quarter. I hope this isn't inappropriate to send as a text to a parent of one of my students, but I needed you to know that I have a tremendous crush on your son's mother. What are the chances that I could persuade her to run off with me? And so she says, I laugh out loud. I love you. I will definitely run off with you. Didn't take much for me to steal my wife from her husband, huh? So again, enjoy each other. Enjoy each other. Laugh. Well, I'm not a big hand holder, but a lot of people like to hold hands. But enjoy each other's presence, right? Enjoy each other's company. That's so very important. Here's your next one. I want you to express your love to one another. You got to express it. You can't just assume they know it. You got to express our love to one another. This is why my marriage doesn't suck, because I express my love for her and she expresses her love for me. We are both making deposits daily into the account of our love bank. And because of that, it's running over. Okay. This is Colossians 3:18 and 19. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. That's so important. I see a lot of men, especially older men, who they feel it's my place as the man that I run this household, and they mistreat their wives. That is not of God, fellas. We have to express our love to them. If they don't feel loved by us, we're doing something wrong. They should feel our love. And here's the thing I want you to understand. Let me show you one more verse, and then I'm going to say this to you. This is Ephesians 5:33. It says, however, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. There's a big word in there, must. We must love our wives as we love ourselves, and she must respect us as the husband. Now, here's what I want you to get. It is super easy to submit to someone who loves you deeply, who loves you unconditionally. You can submit to that. It's hard to submit to someone that you don't feel loved by. So fellas, if you want to see her submit, love her deeply, love her closely, love her gently, love her, and don't be harsh with her. That's so very important. Don't be harsh. All right. And then the last thing you want to do, enhance the life of the other. All right. So if you want to have a great marriage, you need to seek to enhance the life of the other person. I hate, and I say it loudly and clearly, I hate the saying, happy wife, happy life. I hate that because it seems like only her happiness is important. That's the way I hear it. I like happy spouse, happy house. That sounds better to me because now we're both seeking to make the other happy. We're both seeking to enhance each other's lives. Okay. Ephesians 5:22 and 23 says this, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Again, let's stress this. Let's talk about this. Head of the wife. Fellas, it does not mean we are domineering. It does not mean we are dominating. What we are is responsible. We're the ones who are responsible for our home, responsible for our wife, making sure she has what she needs to be the great helpmeet that God has called her to be. Don't make her job harder by being reckless with your behavior. We need to make sure we stress to them that they got to submit to us because that's what the word says. But we forget that we've got to be the head, and the head is a provider. The head is a one that loves unconditionally. The head is one that oversees or overlooks the flaws and faults of you and loves you anyhow. That's what the head does. Jesus is the head of the church. Look at how he deals with the church. Look at how he handles the church. Look at how he loves the church. So we, fellas, husbands, we have to love our wives as Christ loved the church. Okay. This is Ephesians 5:25, and it says, for husbands, this means love your wives just as Christ loved the church. He gave up his life for her. What are you giving up for your wife? What are you giving up? Are you giving her everything you've got, or are you reserving? You only give to her when you feel she deserves it. You only pour into her when you feel that it's going to give you something back, or do you pour into her all the time? Okay? Something that I want you to think about. That is very important, that we must love our wives as Christ loved the church. It's sacrificial. It's giving. It's pouring into. We're constantly pouring into them. Now, here's the beauty. When you're constantly pouring into your wife, she submits to you. She loves you. She honors you. She respects you in return. And when that happens, it gives you the power and the might to continue to make this cycle keep rolling. You look forward to cherishing her. You look forward to honoring her because you know what's going to come back to you. All right. Let me share a few random things with you that I believe will also enhance and bless you as well. So again, enjoy each other's company. All right. Number 2, express our love to one another. And number 3, enhance the life of the other. Those are the things you want to do. Now, here's some things we don't want to do. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 7:3-5. It says the husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of sexual relations unless you both agree to refrain from sexual intimacy for a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterward, you should come together again so that Satan won't be able to tempt you for your lack of self-control. All right? This is critical in marriages. We cannot, I repeat, we cannot use sex as a means of controlling the other person. We can't do that. That is dishonoring to God. That is dishonoring to one another. Okay. Now, what we have to learn, this is what I've learned as well, fellas. The way we see sex is totally different. For the man, it doesn't take much to get us aroused, right? If my wife winks at me, all right, I'm ready to roll. But for her, it takes time. She has to be in the right mindset. She has to be in the right mood. So you have to do things. I have to do things that will push that mood forward. So the text message during the day, helping to clean up around the house, doing things with the kids, sending her a little love note, buying her a piece of chocolate, remembering to pick up the dry cleaning for her. All these small things that we can do to pour into each other that makes her feel loved, that makes her feel open. And now she has a desire to also be with you sexually. So a lot of times as us guys, we feel like, hey, I want it now. And look, this is something I struggle with. So I'm not telling you something I heard or read. I'm telling you, look, this is when I say I want it, I'm craving my wife. I feel like you should want to give it to me. And she explains to me and helps me understand It's not like that for women. Sexual intimacy is different for women than it is for men. And I respect that. So what I do is I try to meet in the middle. I try to do things and I try to be a certain way that will allow her to be in the mood so that she would want to also be intimate with me. All right. But it's so important, ladies, very, very important. Let me go back to it, that you do not deprive each other. Fellas, we can't deprive her. Ladies, we can't deprive him. If you want to have a marriage that doesn't suck, you have to understand that both of us have needs. And maybe one person's needs are more frequent than the other. And we have to figure out a way to compromise and come together. Because what happens is, if you look at the bottom of the scripture, Satan will show up and try to entice the man or the woman to step out on the marriage. And we don't want to do that because we have no self-control. Okay. And some of the time, hey, don't think you're above it. Don't ever think you're above it. It's so important that we have to understand that, yes, we have self-control now, but if I'm deprived for too long, do I lose my self-control? I thought I was stronger than that. Don't think that the devil's not going to send that lady that works down in that other cubicle to walk past your cubicle and she's smelling nice, but today she has extra words for you. Don't think that that devil's not going to send that dude with the big muscles to come by and help lift your whatever and help you get whatever you need to get done for the day. And he smells great. And, oh, you just, I'm trying to look away, but man, he's handsome. And my husband hasn't been with me in 2 weeks. Hey, the devil loves these kinds of games. So what we can do to combat that is we do not deprive one another. We pour ourselves into one another. We remember that our bodies do not belong to us, and we express our love to one another. We express our love. And one of the ways you can express your love for one another is through sexual intimacy. Okay. Let me give you one more. This is 1 Peter 3:7. It says, in the same way, you husbands must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together. She may be weaker than you are, but she is your equal partner in God's gift of new life. Treat her as you should, so your prayers will not be hindered. This is big. You can stop praying and asking God to move in your life if you're mistreating your wife. You've got God holds us to a high level of responsibility when it comes to this. We need to treat our wives right. And he showed us how to do that by how he treated the church, how he treats the church. Treat your wife with understanding. That means you got to get to know your wife. You got to get to understand your wife. What makes her upset? What makes her happy? What's her pet peeve? And it's funny. I recommend check out the description of this video. I'm going to leave you. Me and my wife did a live. We went live one night and we allowed other people to ask us questions. And I tried to predict her answers to see how well I know my wife. I'm going to leave that in the description of this video so you can watch that episode. It was so much fun. Everybody sent me texts later and told me how much they enjoyed the show, how much they enjoyed our camaraderie. My wife and I, we just have such a great bond, and they can see that. And that's because we seek to understand each other. All right. We seek to understand each other. I was reading an article that said, tips or things that people who are successfully married avoid early on. And one of the things was seeing conflict as a negative. It's not always a negative. Sometimes that's how you find out what the other person likes or doesn't like. I'll give you an example. One day, I'm leaving the house and my wife says, you didn't put a trash bag in the trash can when you took the trash out. And I said, I know, I was in a rush, so I didn't have time to put the trash in a new trash bag in. I just grabbed the trash. I figured she'd be happy that I took the trash out. So what's the big deal? But that burns her up. I'm like, what's the big deal? She says, sweetie, how long does it take to put in a trash bag? I said, baby, I took the trash out. Isn't that the most important thing? She says, hold on, watch this. So she walks to the sink. She goes under the sink. She grabs a new trash bag out. She puts it in the trash can. And then she looks at me. She goes, how long do you think that took? And I said, message received. I understand. It bothers you that much? I'll take 20 extra seconds to do something small to make you happy. Why let this be something that can cause a rift between us? Again, get to know her and understand her. When you understand your wife, you will likely make choices and decisions and use the right words that will keep down the conflict, that will allow your home to be a place of peace so that you two can love on each other all the more. So why does my marriage not suck? Huh? Why does my marriage not suck? I'll tell you why. One, we enjoy each other's company. We love each other. We enjoy each other's company. Two, we express our love to one another. We do it every single day. We say it. In effect, it's about 10:50 when I'm recording this. My phone will probably ring in a few, or a text will come through in a few minutes, and it'll be her letting me know she loves me and she's about to go to sleep. All right. And then the last thing, we both seek to enhance the life of the other. We both want to pour into each other. We're not in this to see what I can get out of it, but we're both trying to pour into our marriage so that we have the best marriage possible. And I believe that if you do these three things, you put these three things into your marriage, you too will have a marriage that doesn't suck. All right. Years ago, when my wife and I first got married, I went to visit my old school where I used to work, and the ladies in the front office asked me, how's everything going? How's your marriage going? I said, oh, life is good. Life is great. Marriage is wonderful. And there was an old man standing behind me, and he was listening to our conversation. So he says, young man, how long you been married? I said, about 3 years, sir. He said, 3 years? Psh, you still a newlywed. Talk to me when you get to 25. And I said, sir, I'll be honest, I'm trying to still feel like a newlywed when I get to 25 years. And I have sought that. I've strived to do that to make sure my wife feels just as loved today as she did when we first started dating, as she did the day she said, I do. That's the kind of husband I want to be. And I believe that's the reason that my marriage is super awesome. All right. I pray God's blessings over all of you. I pray God's blessings over your marriages, your unions. And I pray that you will share today's episode with someone you love, someone you want to see have a great and prosperous and fulfilled union. All right. Watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life. God bless you.